Hey guys, happy Splasher here. Good morning. It's 6:22, 2024. We're going to be doing some Dark Tower this morning, and then also Divine Arena, and then some League. Get right into it. Well, I'm going to switch our Warlord, Spider Queen, and also change our pet. Everything ready. All set there. We're going to go to our guild bonus. We have our attack boost. Alright, let's see. Stuff ready for another 6 days. So we don't have to worry about that. Heading over to the Dark Tower, which is in the Dungeon of Trials. See, right now we only have one attempt, and the next one's going to show up in about 5 minutes. By the time we finish up the battle, should have in our shop. I'm going to purchase at least this with some gems, and then also here with some gems because I get a lot of copies. And potentially this one. So let's okay, taking a look at their warlord, seeing that they have heal, silence, and then heal over here. Looking at their pet. Couple of attack over here, and extra damage whenever a male unit deploys something. Right, looking at their buildings, seeing that they have mental shield, block, damage side, and the block there. Our first goal is to get rid of this building because it will create the mental shield over multiple turns, and then later on, about the silence and then the stone. Looking at stats. Right, we're going to summon this unit over here. It's going to deal poison damage at the end, then also help us destroy other units. Placing this over here so that we can trigger the multiple damage and then get rid of both the buildings. This turn we can summon this range unit over here to block for damage. We can also summon this unit for damage. Right on unit. We going to summon this unit that deals damage to all units. Else you can see here. And all these numbers that are marked in red, those are the units that will be affected by the building. And then deal the damage to that. Going to summon this unit. It has 2 summons when it comes into play. And those summons will give mental shield at the end of the turn. You know that they do have silence over here, so we kind of want to lean towards this particular unit, but start with this for extra summons. They can block for us. They do not. A little bit of protection now on this line. Cool. We did drop the silence. We'll release other units with a little bit of attack boost. Doing a little bit of trading around. Next turn, depending upon what happens, we can summon this unit here with the health, or we could summon it over here. Unit that dies, we'll give another ready summoned. Be able to kill this directly in combat. Block for damage. I guess we'll deal as much damage as we can to the rating. No, trigger the extra damage off of the path. Yeah, all right, we'll deal as much damage as we can. Okay, so we drop the stones down. We're going to use our poison to mark these for damage, and then our destruction will go in the after to other units. We'll be summoning either this unit or this unit. And what happens? Poison. We'll summon this unit here. It has attack. Whenever it attacks, it silences the unit. So in this case, they won't be able to get the other death triggers. Get rid of this unit, no problem. Also places a building in front of themselves, so a little bit of protection. And then next turn, we can get rid of this unit and along with these stones here. Of course. All right, so they have this unit that spawns other hollows over here. Those hollows poison us for a amount. Yeah, it makes sense to get rid of this. Yeah, I guess so. We'll do our summons to get rid of these other units in the field. And if we can affect like yeah, we'll go for the extra stone. Yeah, we'll go for the larger health stat. Place it over here so that we have some options to block for later lines. Okay, so we've pretty much gotten rid of their board. We just need to make sure we can keep up on the pace. We're running low on health points, but as long as we can get some melee kills, we should be all set. So we'll do that. We're going to be placing this ranged unit behind this melee unit over here to give it some protection. It also gives an attack boost to units in the line, and then also will give miss to another unit that is on the field. In this case, whenever they summon a unit, this unit will get miss, and then it will change every time the unit is summoned. Get that spikes. Yeah. We'll summon this unit. It has extra shard whenever it attacks. It also gets the mental shield and then deals extra. We will do that so we can block the line. Also, we don't want to summon this unit because the extra damage that it does off of non-order units may end up ruining us later turn. We've gotten rid of that. Next turn, whenever they summon, this unit will then get missed. Sorry about that. We have all range units, so it looks like we'll be starting on that way. We'll summon this flight unit down here along the same line so that it'll get an attack boost. And then it will also be used to block this unit, which summons this building. That's damage whenever the unit is destroyed. Attack boost. Some health back off of our melee kill here and our points. Next turn, we could summon one of these large melee units with the health. I'm actually going to summon it over here so that we can open this spot up with the shards. Otherwise, we could summon this building. take a look. And we do want to focus on getting rid of their. So summon this unit. It gets an attack boost for every unit that's around themselves when they're summoned, and then also when it dies, it deals damage to a female unit. In this case, it would be this one, unless it gets silenced. And so here it is nature, so it will take extra damage from this unit when it attacks. That's okay because once again we're trying to trigger that ability on. Next turn we have some options. We have this ranged unit that deal extra damage along the line and give our units vampirism. We can also summon this unit over here. It transforms all wounded units into buildings and deal extra damage. For a building that deals damage whenever one of their units are destroyed. Okay, given that we want to continue the pace and we also need to get rid of these buildings, we're not going to be summoning our wounded unit over our transforms wounded. Still going to let the Death Trigger destroy this unit. And we're going to use it to it will give vampirism, like I said, to our units, and then also deal extra damage to the Warlord whenever the vampirism, in this case, here. And then it'll also have enough damage to. We're placing this over here that we can get the most out of the vampirism ability. And then also getting the attack boost off of. But right now, we're still kind of in defense mode because of the building that's going to deal damage to us. Once that is out of the way, then we can start going for. They have here, whenever it's attacked, it steals attack from us, so that actually ruins us because this has counterattack. We need to find a way to more damage. There. Need to find a way to give this back an attack boost. Okay, best we can do is try to deal as much damage as we can. We summon this unit because we can get some more damage over here, and also it gives miss to this for the turn. We'll still be able to pick off our units every time they summon another unit. So we'll. Did summon an archer behind themselves. In this case, it actually destroyed that one. So kind of there. Attack. And once again, we have to get rid of both of these. And this unit steals attack from other units except nature, and then also has this death totem, and it'll help us collect some damage. But once again, we need to find a way to cleanse our units so that they have attack. Otherwise, this unit is going to run us over. Here, so that we still allow for a shard to show up. It does get a. But right now, it's all looking good. We had an early defense available to us, but this unit with the attack steal has pretty much ruined our plan. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it out now because even if we destroy the units, we'll still take the damage off of the other units. Good block. We don't really have too many options at this point. And, so many units, no damage. Go over here. Yeah, okay. That was pretty sad. I Yeah, I'm not too happy with how that went out, especially with the RNG. All right, well, keep going. We had all the units we wanted, and that one unit alone that ruining our entire setup. Okay, let's start with the Warlords. So it has a silence, has a heal, and the other heal. And that's a little bit of health for their building. So deals loss, block, and spike. We will start with this unit because of the higher health. This block at the end and then deals damage. This over on the bottom lane so that we coverage. Next turn, we'll be summoning this melee unit with the high health, or we could summon this range unit to whenever we attack with an order unit, it will get negative attack, all order units, and then also deal damage in this line. You also don't want to trigger off the vampirism because then it'll give an attack boost. I'm going to hold off on this particular unit and end up summoning the extra damage. Yeah, we'll continue summoning along a different. We'll just set up some defenses for now. Trying to drop the silence, and it won't affect us as much on our large health units, so that won't be a concern. Of course, summoning a unit that deals damage to random chaos units, so we just got a +1 off that summon. We will continue on. We're going to. We don't want to mark for poison just yet because these units are still relatively small. We'll be summoning this unit that uses 2 units per turn, and we will give. It also has Pierce, so we'll deal some hit. The vampirism did go off, and then as a result, they both got an attack boost over here. So they have a unit that steals attack from range, and also negative attack whenever a melee unit comes into play. We need to factor that as we summon something. So, and 5. Only unit that we also draw the silence and yeah, this one's fine in terms of stats. So in this unit, it has vampirism, as you see here, so it'll deal extra damage. So actually, let me factor that in. So 21, and it'll deal the damage, and it'll heal for 25. 21, 42. Actually, won't be enough. We'll just summon this unit to attack and destroy. Right, so we do have a little bit of defense now. If this unit dies, it will deal damage in the line. If you use the silence, that's good. If they don't, then we have protection over here. Need to get rid of this unit that causes bleeding and then also gives an attack boost over to their units. Summoning this. We'll be summoning this flight unit over here. As most likely they'll be doing silence once again. This over here. So at least if there's silence now, there'll be a little bit of a ability lingering on their units. So they did do the silence. Now this unit will be attacked. Okay. This is probably a good time to use poison because we're now running behind in that. And we will also summon this unit. Whenever it dies, it deals damage to a random unit. And so over here, 2 block for damage. Still not looking too good right now because we did lose a couple of units off of their summons. So the stones did come in. Most likely we'll have to contend with the range unit because that is common. And they have poison. This unit with the mental shield over here, but it's not looking too good, especially now since not only can we not get rid of the stones in one turn, we're also dealing with this unit that is missed to another one of our units. Okay, so damage. We need to get rid of this unit first, and then get rid of because of extra damage happening. I'll find a way to gain some, which is not going to happen now because they have lethal on both of them or blocking. But since none of them will be able to attack, we could do this. Some protection. Oh, we could summon this unit. It has the ability to freeze other range units for a turn if it's a turn. We'll be able to. Yeah, we'll place this over. Oh, of course. All right. So they have this unit that deals damage to other units around. When it destroys a unit, it also gets an attack boost for wounded. Placing this building over will deal damage to units at the end of the turn, but right now we're not in a good spot because we are running low on health. We still need to get. And this unit also has double attack off of this ranged unit as well. That do that. All right, yeah, it looks like we're going to take lethal damage. 2 health. Okay. 4. We'll see what we can do. Could summon this melee unit to damage and also block. Okay, but once again, we are still exposed. All right. And RNG is so bad. We have good setups. It's just that they keep on ripping units that can get rid of our specific unit. So, all right, well, that was Dark Tower. To wait another 11 hours for attempt. So tomorrow we'll have some more Dark Tower going in. Hopefully we'll do better than what we just saw right there. Next thing we're going to do is the Divine Arena. Those out. As you can see here, we have a Trixy on the left, and then we have a white Shaman on the right. We got the flavor text. This doesn't really help. All right, well, let's get right into it. Okay, taking a look at the White Shaman ability, seeing that they have spikes to themselves, as the totems with reflection to deal damage to our Warlord, then attack boost to nature units. The buildings plus health to their units, block, damage, and we will start with this unit, and because of the health, and then we're also going to place it. We'll place it down. Yeah, I will. We're going to be finishing up with League at the end of this, so it'll be after the Divine Arena. I have a lot of League chests that I need to get for the World event. So we summon this unit because it deals damage whenever a unit comes onto play. It also deals some damage to the we'll have, so it summons a totem, attack boost, and then the totem gets spikes at the turn. Going to summon this ranged unit behind so that it will trigger our destruction ability. It also gives a death rune on the field at the end of the turn. And then when it dies, it also deals damage based upon the number of summons that have happened before. So right now, I'm still pretty satisfied. Poison. Yeah, that's actually okay. We'll destroy the field because they have this unit that deals poison whenever one of our units attacks. Those. And then because of their spikes, we need to summon units that can at least take one hit of damage. So anything with more than 16 health. We'll summon this. Here. We're not going to destroy this building because when the spikes occurs, it will deal damage whenever we attack the Warlords, and because of that, we'll be summoning a unit down here so that it won't take the damage from the spikes. Okay, even better, they have a unit down here. We summoned this unit because it deals damage whenever we summon a unit. It has a little bit of health, that's cool. Then also we summon it in this particular spot so that we can place another unit in front of it in case block. In this case, this unit will deal splash, so it will deal damage here and then here. And then also when we summon a unit, it will I will summon our melee unit over here with the okay, and then we're just going to let our unit with the extra damage get rid of the reflection totems. Ooh, we can even summon another one. I'll summon this one. Okay, so as you can see, we are getting rid of their field very slowly. We're also adding more death runes to affect where they are summoned. So not quite enough to deal lethal, but we'll have these extra summons out here. Quite a lot. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape right now. We still have the death runes coming out, and then we have these two units to deal damage to other units whenever we summon something. Or any death triggers? There are none. So good. You see we got some gold, we got some sparks because we're still in the world event, and we got some epics. Heading over to the white shaman side. All right, their buildings are in the same spot as before. Got the warlord with the plus attack skill, kills all wounded units, and summons the. We have our own spikes over here, and what makes sense. And then okay, we'll start with our units over here. We're going to place this behind the building so that it can be guarded by the building. We're also using this unit because it deals poison damage whenever one of their units attack. Our goal is to create enough of a base where we can stall for damage. Not sure if we're going to use the reflect totems to actually deal lethal. Poison's going to happen. So we can actually take the damage over. Deal extra damage whenever a unit on their side attacks. Also, when it dies, it gives us a little bit of a health regeneration to our warlord, so that's kind of cool. And we're not concerned so much about taking the extra damage. Alright, so this unit will be poisoned and destroyed. This will also be poisoned and destroyed. We don't want to trigger this unit's recall. The death deals damage to units, so we're actually going to skip a turn, take the damage from this unit, and then also avoid the extra damage. So we're going to do the spikes, but we're not going to do our totem. We're going to skip. Now we're dealing with this unit. It is poisoned right now. It steals attack from our units and then also deals damage to our units. Back over here, so let's figure out how this works. The steal attack, so it's 10, at 34 right now. It's poison, so we'll actually be at 23. So we need to deal 41, 31. Yeah, that'll be good. 41, 31, and then now we've gotten rid of those units. Next, we'll need to create some kind of summons in order to block the damage. As you can see here, that unit came into play, dealt damage to all of our units, so now we're going to be using these units. So we'll continue with summoning units that can block for damage. Going to be summoning this unit over here so we can block for some. The big issue is once they do their destruction ability, we'll have this lane opened up, and then because of this death room in this particular spot, we're going to be our placement is going to be a little unbalanced. Poison. Yeah, I mean totem would be good right now. Just trying to do some other plays over here. Do the totem. A little bit of block over there. So damage from this building plus the poison damage will destroy this. Not an issue. We're going to continue putting up a wall on lanes that are unguarded, so we'll summon this ranged unit. That's a little bit of attack boost for every unit that's on our side. And we, like I said, we are still taking damage right now, but it is very, very close. Okay, as I mentioned before, I don't want to trigger the ability. So we're going to hold off summoning units, because then all of our units will be marked for damage, and then they can just go into free. We will use our nature boost here. Attack. Will that be enough for damage? It deals 7 to us, 85, so we need to deal 30. Yeah, I think we're good. So we're going to skip the turn to avoid using their death trigger. And we're good. All right. That was pretty close because we ended up taking multiple damage in order to use our spikes ability. But then, as you saw, we blocked the board. And then we had our nature units with the attack buffs. And then we were able to get some more sparks. So that's cool. All right, I'm just going to claim a chest in the event. You can see right now we have about 1 day left of this legendary chest. And we need to get more copies of Bravi Deadly Blade, which we do not get, but we get some sparks, so that's cool. Bring us a little bit closer to the bonus chest. Pretty sure I checked out all this stuff over here. Okay, we do have some training attempts that we can use, and we use the instant win because we've already defeated this unit before, and we'll get the sparks without having to go into battle. Okay, we'll finish this up with some League. We switched our deck over to a more offensive deck just because I was getting bored with that other deck. We can still do that for later, but for the time being, we're just going to use this. Also, the season has reset. As you can see here, it now opens the season reward chest in 13 days. So because of that, the matchmaking is a little bit more fair, I guess you would say. So we can use some other decks. Faced this guy before. I pretty much, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we'll see what we do. So we started off with this range units. Has a pet that deals extra damage whenever a male unit destroys. Attack boost and the health. Got the Warlord ability. Got the silence, the heal, and the other heal. We're going to place this double attack unit over here, so we can destroy these units in the line, get some health back, and then also deal some damage over there. Next turn, we'll be summoning either this melee unit with transform, or we'll be summoning this immunity unit with. Okay, they have their own double attack unit and also do damage whenever it attacks, and then also has the health boost. Given that's the case, we're going to be summoning our transform unit to get placing it over here so that we have some options for later. And then also the extra attack on the extra attack rune allowed us to destroy the building over here. Got that. Okay. Just taking a look at their units. So whenever a ranged unit appears, it will summon a wood spike from themselves. Also this totem. That. Extra health to their units whenever a unit dies, and then attack. I'm going to focus still on their units. So this will attack that. That. This. Then we're still threatened by the silence over here. So from there, we'll summon. Yeah, we'll summon this unit over here to transform the totems so that we can at least get rid of that. Next turn, we'll probably be summoning this immune unit to their ranged units. Otherwise, we'll be summoning this unit to other units. We will attack that. Poison could. We're not so concerned about this. We'll summon this unit with the yeah, we'll summon this unit so that we can still. We'll be placing this over here so that we can have some options for later on. Also, this unit gives a health boost to other units at the beginning of the turn, so if we want, we can keep this unit alive and then give us extra health over multiple turns. Splash damage over there, so poisoned, and then we are running low on health, so we do want to get rid of some of their units. Use our poison and then go destruction ability. Okay. Summon this melee unit down here. It will be a target for silence still, but we'll be getting some health back in order to shave off some damage. We're kind of in an awkward board position right now because we still have 2 lanes that are unguarded. So that'll be it there. And this unit just silenced, but it's okay with the high health. Should be okay. And with the kill and the double attack, I want to get rid of this unit if possible. We're going to summon units up here, actually. We're going to summon this unit, and when it comes into play, it freezes another one of their units. And at the end of the turn, it will set their health down to 1, letting us attack it much easier. We're spreading out our units now because we need to cover lanes because we're taking a lot of damage right now. Of course. Yeah, good strategy, just we're just taking a lot of damage early off of things. But let's keep going. Okay, looking at their pet, seeing that there are a lot of attack boosts over there. Right, and then same thing with the Warlord. Let us start by setting up a defense. So we'll start with this melee unit down here. Normally we'd be summoning this ranged unit behind the building, but it seems like there are a lot of units that can at least go through a building first and then attack us. So we're going to summon our units with the higher health first, and then go from there. Okay. Here, the unit has extra puppets whenever they attack. Attack boost over there. Attack damage. To get away with that. This is not terrible. We'll summon this melee unit over here so we can block the lanes. We'll also summon our own summons over here to get rid of these puppets. We need to deal a point of damage so that we can use our wounded ability to destroy this. But for now, because of where those puppets were, we were unable to attack this. Also, we can't use our poison because once those puppets are destroyed, they will get rid of the negative effects. There, with the extra damage. That's not great. Like that. Spot here. Because of the puppet again, it kind of ruins our. This is going to die. So we can't even use our poison because the puppet will get rid of the poison. Want to save our transform unit for this unit if we can get to it. But we will need to destroy this unit now. Yeah, we'll be summoning this unit over here on the attack room. So we can then destroy this. Those puppets. Our next goal is to get rid of this unit somehow. So we did do the silence, so we don't have to worry about that. We still have our immune unit, so we can actually go through here. Transform. Block. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Doing a count for our unit over here that deals extra damage based upon the number of units that are in play. Yeah. We will summon this unit over here to block for this unit. It will deal extra damage based upon the number of units. And you see it deals 91. And over there, and then so we got rid of the extra zombies over here. And we dealt some damage over. But they did the same thing to us. Not a problem. We are going to summon our double attack unit to get rid of this unit and then also steal some attack. Yeah, this unit's also giving an attack boost to their units whenever it attacks. Placing it over here so that we have some options. And we're also trying to drop the stones so that we don't have to worry about guarding pool. Poison now. So, I guess we could have marked off the other four. Units that's threatening us the most is this double attack unit over here. We'll need to get rid of that. One, get rid of this. Okay, and then it looks like next turn we will be using our destruction ability to get rid of this. Unless we deal enough damage to get rid of additional units. We still have our unit over here that can deal. Okay, so poison damage will destroy this. Poison damage plus our extra damage from there. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I upgraded this to 13 times 7, that's 91. On the line. We'll be summoning this unit over here so that we can actually deal enough damage to get rid of a particular unit that is dealing damage to our units as well. So as you can see there, we did have enough damage. Next turn, need to summon a melee unit so we can get some health back. Come up on that. We'll use our destruction ability. Block for some. No, we don't have to. I'm sorry. We'll summon. We'll actually not use our destruction ability because we can get 2 health boosts off of our summons. Attacking back, get some health back. Forgot about how much damage this unit does. So hopefully that doesn't come and burn us for this turn. Okay. Right. The York came into play, it dealt damage to our zombie, and then it got an attack boost off of there. even if we did our extra summons, they'll still be able to pick them off with the ability, and then they'll get an attack boost over there. I'm going to skip this one because this Warlord has too much health. Usually when that's the case, that means that their attacking units will be a lot stronger than ours. So won't be a good battle. Something a little easier. We will start with our melee unit over here. We get a little bit of defense going for their stats. The Warlord, so they have pentagrams that deal damage on ourselves. Have the 2 sharks with the extra summons, and then attack boost to melee units. Unit over here that deals damage whenever destroyed. Going to summon this unit to transform, and then get rid of that on the board. One, two, three. Summon this unit over here to deal the damage needed to destroy that. We're also going to use poison so that we can get rid of these buildings and then have extra lanes for damage. Okay. This one's not bad. We're going to be summoning this unit. And we'll summon this double attack unit. So this unit, it has flight, and then it also has mental shield whenever we summon a unit. But with our double attack, we'll be able to at least get through the first portion. You see here, the double attack will break the shield, and then this unit with the attack boost into this unit will deal some extra damage over here. Next turn, we'll use our destruction ability to get rid of this flying unit and then attack for game, unless they have some blockers. Destruction, and then we are all set. That one was a lot easier. Also with the low Warlord health, we're able to get through relatively. Okay, different Warlord, so that's cool. So block runes on their cells. A extra summon with splash, and then sets our health to 1 for enemy units, except melee. Keep that in mind. Very interesting spot. Usually this unit is a big threat to us when we have other units on the field. So it silences melee units, it also has flight, also deals damage at the beginning of the turn, and then also a health boost at the end. We're going to summon this unit down here. The high health. It also reflects damage. Reflects damage whenever it gets attacked. And it also has block as well. So we have a mental shield over there. We have plus health. We have block over here. And then we have spikes on it. So again, we said did the reflection damage. We need to get rid of this unit now because it's going to start dealing damage. We also need to get rid of this unit because it is freezing our units as block. And it'll also give health at the beginning of the turn based upon number we have on our side. So we will summon the where it didn't land on block runes. 5. Summon this ranged unit to just deal lethal damage to this unit. Right. And this unit, as long as it's still alive, still have the reflect damage over. Okay. They will have their own unit that deals damage to us, 66. We have 78. So not quite enough to get rid of this. We'll use our poison to deal the rest of the damage. And we don't have to use our destruction ability yet because we actually do want this unit alive. That it can help us do. Could attack this. We'll place this over here. So as you can see, the splash damage over there, the poison damage did get rid of this and this as well. And we want to keep this unit alive because once it attacks this unit, it will freeze their range units for a turn. And then, as you can see here, these range units are coming out into play, so that will affect our board somewhat. All right, so that's cool. As I said, freezing their range units. This unit comes out and we will gives miss to our units whenever we summon another one. It does block. Get rid of this unit. We'll get rid of these two units now so that we can open up our attacks. Then we will summon our melee unit over here. We'll get some health back with our greedy, and then we'll also summon it over here so that we can get an additional blocker for this unit. At the end of the turn, or sorry, at the beginning of the turn, it will give us health to our units so we can get a little bit of more defense. Didn't want to use our double attacker unit quite yet. Now would be a good time to use a double attacker. Back back, get some health back, get damage. We'll place this over here. So once again, we do want to summon over here in the second lane, or sorry, the second row, so that we have an option in case we do need to block. This unit also has attack steal, so because of that, it does help if it does stay alive. In play. Like I said, silences the male units. All of these units are male, as you can see here with the symbol over there. We do need to get rid of this. That by putting our transform unit. All right, next turn is looking pretty good. We have our extra summons that are ready. We can also deal some. We want to summon more melee units right now because of their last ability. The reason why I don't upgrade my units is because I'm waiting for the high growth event. High growth is going to happen on Friday. That will allow us to level up, and then as a result, from leveling up then, we'll get some extra gems that we can use for future events. I know right now some of our units are weaker than what they normally are, but it's okay. We're not moving up right now in League so much just because of the disparity in power. So as long as we're still within, they said top 300, according to yesterday, we will be okay. We'll do our summons. We can get rid of the building over here. That. And we'll summon this melee unit community so that way it won't get affected. Okay, running pretty close to lethal right now. Next turn, we'll be summoning a ranged unit to get some extra damage out there. Yeah, I once the high growth event occurs, I'm going to, I fully plan to upgrade all of my units. Making sure there's no other death triggers other than this unit here. Stop. Block, we'll summon our ranged unit, and that is lethal. Okay, we got 6 more to do. Hopefully we can find some better matches. We're gonna skip this one because of the higher health. Okay, something that's a little more manageable. Alright, so they have a Warlord that deals poison damage, wounded, kills all wounded, and then, yeah, it's pretty much our Warlord. We will start with our transform unit to get rid of this unit. Also placing it over here so we can kill the buildings and then get a little bit of health back on the kill. Alright, next turn we will summon our range units in order to get some more board coverage, or we can summon this melee unit to block for some damage. Okay, cool. We have our double attack unit. It will be able to destroy those. We'll place this over damage up. Alright, so with our double attack and then our pierce damage skill, we were able to get rid of this melee unit and then this range unit behind there. And then also it triggered our health as well. Here with the bleeding and the invulnerability and the attack steal. We're going to be summoning this transform unit over here. It does get bleeding, as you see, and then also the attack steal over there. We did get rid of the invulnerable unit. We also summoned it over here because if we summoned it in any other spot, such as here, it would give these units bleeding. Okay. We deal with this unit that gives a health boost to their other units whenever we attack. If we need to contend with this right now, but their health is too large for us to ignore. We don't have enough damage right now on the board to deal lethal, so these off. We'll start with summoning this. The reason why we summon it over here is because it also gives block to our Warlord for a couple of turns. So if we need to place another unit in front of this, we can still get some block for our Warlord. Of course. We summon this unit that silences our male units. So in that case, we don't have the reflect, and then also the Warlord damage. We'll need to contend with this. This is a bad sign because you don't have units that can deal 378 damage. But we'll start with poison. Try to get rid of this unit because it will start dealing damage to our units. Also, placing this over here. Using this immune unit so that it won't get affected by abilities. Also, it can take some damage, and then it will also freeze this unit for the some of this units with the freeze. Hopefully it freezes this unit, which it does. That's one of the frozen health to 1. Still need to contend with this and these other 2 units. And in this case, I think we're dead. Too much attack going on, and yeah, that guy was way too good. We can't even use our destruction ability because this unit is immune, so once we use it, we won't be able to destroy it because it doesn't get affected by the ability. We could do our extra summons, but then this unit's still on the field, and then we'll give the extra health whenever our units attack. Ooh, good. All right. We can find some other. Okay. Look at the Warlord, silence, the heal, and the other heal, and their pet. We'll summon our. We'll start actually with summoning this unit. So we're summoning behind the building. Probably should have actually summoned it down here so we can get some lane coverage. Started with this one over this ranged unit because it can summon these pentagrams right off from the start, and then it will deal some extra damage based on the health of the unit that it chooses. Double attack. We're going to use our double attack to deal damage to the unit in this building. Get some health back. We also summon it on the health rune over here so that we can get some more health. If we end up summoning it on this empty spot, it will not let the pentagram come into play. Here it deals damage whenever we attack their warlords, so potentially all of our units will be destroyed. Do that. This is why we would want to summon our units down below so that we won't run into situations like this. Safest route is we're going to mark their units for poison so that we can at least guarantee that we can get rid of this unit. And then we're also going to be placing this over here. We can allow for pentagrams to come into play. As you saw, we did deal the extra attack, but then this unit's ability got rid of our extra attacker. So like I said, we do want to get rid of it. We'll be using our destruction ability early. And oh, this one isn't bad. Here, we'll summon our melee unit and get rid of this for extra health. We'll also be keeping this unit alive so we can get some health boosts for later. And right now, these are good targets for silence, which is good. Do that up. Next, we need to get rid of these stones so that we can then go for more damage against their warlord. Okay, we'll stack the line. We'll place this over here so that we can have some extra protection. Freeze that, and then turn the health to 1 next turn. We can then destroy it with this unit over here. Summon the stones. Summon this unit to deal the extra damage needed to destroy this. Still need to get rid of this unit because of the attack boost that it gave based upon the other units that they have. Okay, we still have our double attacker, so we'll be able to get rid of these units over there. Okay, so as you can see, got rid of this lane over here, and then we still have our units over here that are still alive. Also, this unit is giving health to our units at the beginning of the turn, so it'll slowly end up building up the health over here. Then do our summons, so we can get some extra damage. And then we're going to be summoning our melee units and destroy over. I was about to summon this, but we need to destroy the stone first so that these units can then destroy this unit. Okay, now it's in pretty good shape. We have 3 threats here over here for lethal, and we have enough health to take some damage. And we should be all set. We were very close. That was very, very scary. They had their own scrap, which steals attack. Could have stolen attack from all of our units, which did, and then the extra attack would have they attacked in a different lane. If we didn't actually have more health, or if we didn't have these units that gave health to our warlord, blocked our warlord, then we would have been destroyed. But now, aiming a wind chest. We can get some more wind chests for later. You see right now we're getting some extra souls based upon our purchase from yesterday. And we're going to skip this one because of the high. Hey guys, for those who are tuning in just now, we are doing League. We did some Dark Tower before, and we also did some Divine Arena. So we're going to get rid of the League battles and all set. All right, and with the high health. Something a little. So they have this unit that deals damage whenever we attack their warlord or themselves. We'll be summoning our double attack unit to get rid of this. Get rid of this building as well. That's not good. All right. All right. We'll fight this out. But if their units start to get a little more threatening, then we're gonna have to surrender here. So this unit has immunity. It also sets our health attacked it to 1, and then also gives plus health to their units whenever they're summoned. This will some more damage. Because our unit is immune, we aren't affected by their skills. So that way this health is actually not set down to 1. Still need to deal with their other unit. Okay, so those. We'll mark these units for poison because they are going to either deal damage to our units or they're going to spawn extra units, as you see over here. Summon this unit over here so that we can get our extra summons off. And we'll get rid of this unit over here. Got the silence, so that's good. We'll use our destruction ability to get rid of those units. And because it steals attack from us, and then also it does the spikes. Transform to. Okay, so they did do the stones. Our double attacker, so we can't get rid of this. Best we can do is, I guess we could freeze it for a turn. 1, 2, 4. We'll summon. Well, we'll do this because of the block, and then also the reflect damage. That we also summon it on the vampirism unit tile so that we can get some extra damage against the stone. Our extra attacker now, so that's good. Yeah, we'll summon our. Don't want to use these summons quite yet because they're just going to be floating. We can. Yeah, we can let these stones. But I do remember we still need to fight that immune unit. We'll also deal with that there. Yeah. Let's deal 124. No, we'll summon our immunity. It's also good that this particular setup is happening because now, if once they attack this unit, it's going to freeze their range units, so we can get rid of those. We got that. We want to hold off on these summons until we can we find a reason to wipe out their board. We're summoning this unit because it has their freeze ability, and then also sets the health down to 1. And then it will allow us to get rid of either one of these units if we have to. Okay, so once again, getting rid of that, and then also allowing us to attack this unit for still need to get rid of these units. Like that. Okay, we're going to be placing this unit over here because once the combat happens, this will be destroyed. This will attack that. It will freeze the other ranged units. And then the turn after, we'll be summoning, or we'll do our summons and then use this to. Seeing how much damage. Alright, so this unit, and I'll do that. There's some reflect damage over there. What? Not those. Oh, wow. And that was lame. So the reflect damage destroyed this, so because of that, now their units are not frozen anymore. Or they were going to be frozen, but so that's well, we'll do our extra summons. And like I said, we're going to now summon this unit to kill as much as we can. Do those alive. Over got some health back. Dealt the extra damage over there. And we got rid of those over there. We're not so concerned about this particular unit's ability to get rid of these, as we're going to lose them anyways. They do die at the beginning of the turn. So go with this stealing attack and also spike over there. We'll use our double attack unit to deal damage to this building, and then also over here. This unit will also steal the attack and should actually have enough to get rid of this. Okay, our field is looking much better. Also, right now, we do have some block that is happening on our Warlord. And this unit also has a ton of block, so this unit is affected. The line's also pretty much affected. We will summon our ranged unit over here. Deal some more damage. Also, it deals damage at the end of the turn based upon the health of one of our units. As you see here, dealt the extra 235 damage, so we actually unit over here for their health. Next turn, we can just do our sudden death, as long as we don't get destroyed in these two lanes. We'll be all set. That one was kind of tough, especially since we had to use our poison ability early, but we were able to hold back the board and then go in. We will start with our sub here. Start with our melee unit down here with the extra health, also the immune, so that we can keep it alive. A little bit of health boost to our buildings. That'll be kind of the buildings, you get spikes, attack boost. Getting rid of this unit with the double attack. Use our melee unit over here. Form, also getting some more summons on the board so that we can get rid of their buildings as well. And then there are also more targets for this unit's skill to give more health. Death trigger, attack boost, 69 alive. Summoning this to transform, and we're just making sure that we get rid of any possible large threats that are coming on play. Silence, so that's good. But as you can see here with the immune, this unit's abilities aren't being affected. We'll continue on. We'll summon our ranged unit over here to the lethal to this unit. Get some pentagrams with the health boost. And then also at the end of the turn, it will deal the damage based upon the health of our units. So the larger our health is for our units, the better a chance we'll deal more damage. Doing some math. 6, 38. So not quite enough to destroy that. We'll, however, use our poison just to make sure that we can get rid of this because of the extra damage. And then also we're going to be placing our reflect unit once, so that we'll get a little bit of block for our Warlord. And then also, if this unit does get silenced, we can. Well, the silence units in this game they're good in terms of what they do. The silence units are good at what they do, but in terms of attack and how they affect the board, they don't really do anything else. So, because we had other threats on the board with the extra damage and then the immune unit, we were in good shape. Looking at their Warlords, so block runes, splash over here, ranged, and then also and this is annoying how some of the in-game visual elements can actually block the things that we need to see. So we'll start with our double attack unit to get rid of all these units in the line. Also get some health back, so that's good. Next turn, we'll be summoning our immune unit to defend our lanes over here. We'll change plans. We'll summon our transform unit. Get rid of the attack boost over here, and then also the death trigger. Now we'll summon our unit. We'll get rid of the over here, and then allow us to then start attacking this unit. Though it has flight and block. Okay. At the end of the turn, it gives a health boost for every unit that is female. This unit gives health whenever it attacks order units, and then the attack boost over here. But because of how we have our immune unit that increases the ranged units per turn, we're able to stop most of these attacks. Well, we stop these units from attacking next turn. Still need to get rid of this and then get rid of those. We'll do our poison so that we can mark those for damage. And we will summon our transform unit or to get rid of this over. Placing this over here so that we can still get the attack on these other units. As you can see, we took some damage to our units at the beginning of the turn because of this unit, and they had other units on their side of the field to do that. Once again, units are still frozen. Still dealing with this unit. 5 units. Yeah, we'll use our destruction ability to get rid of those now. We don't want to take extra damage of our units, and we still want to get rid of their field. Placing this melee unit over here. A little extra damage, and also give block our Warlord. I have to get rid of this unit now because it's dealing about 100 damage to our units when it attacks. Taking the risk that we can get rid of this. Placing it. We're placing it over here so that we can still block the lanes. Normally we would place it over here because of the reflect protection, but they also have that unit that can silence our male units. So the block, Also with the block. Factor in some math right now. So 68, so okay, we're going to do our extra summons over here. We see that they are getting Mental Shield because of our summons, but we are then summoning this unit to deal extra splash damage to actually get around the block. And see, not a lot of direct damage, but then the splash damage allowed us to deal the lethal to that. All right. Again, getting rid of our units also has that flight. Still being affected by other units over there. We'll be summoning a order unit because this skill will still trigger off. We'll be summoning this over. Yeah, we'll summon this over here so we can get some extra damage. Having our extra damage ability going off, then put us in range for lethal. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of a threat there with the extra rocket boys and that unit that's the extra attack, but we were able to come back. Had to use our splash and our summons a little differently. We were able to get rid of units that did have the block. Or with the silence, the heals, and the other heals, the attack dealing damage to us whenever melee unit destroys, and the attack moves. We will start with our melee unit down here. And the reason why we send it down here is because, once again, we do want to cover the lanes for damage. The lower ones are the ones to guard. And then also because we have the extra health on our units. They summoned their silence. Silence is our melee units, as you see here. We'll summon this unit to set the health of this unit to 1 after the freeze comes in. Some damage over there. Next turn, we'll be summoning our either double attack unit to attack through here, or we'll summon this unit with extra splash damage. Get rid of this. And they're both pretty well. We will summon. Yeah, we'll actually summon this over here. So that way, there is a chance that we can actually block for this unit. In this case, it did freeze this other unit and still allowed us to deal lethal over here. That's good. Next turn, we could. I guess we'll just attack it and force the damage. That deals damage to our range units, so that's why these units were destroyed. So we're going to attack and get rid of this unit. Also summons these death runes, or summons these damage runes that deal damage to us. And we'll summon this over here. We don't want to waste this damage rune just yet, because it also won't deal enough damage to destroy both of these units in one shot. Force the silence. Still need to get rid of that unit down here. Seeing what makes sense. We'll attack that, and we'll destroy one of the potential units because of the death trigger. Placing it over. I guess it doesn't matter because this unit already has enough attack anyways. So, and see the death trigger did occur and destroy this unit. Yeah, that was a interesting point. So they summon their melee unit to attack this. It has the building that deals damage whenever whenever a unit dies on the field. And also an attack boost, but because of that, this unit is now still alive, and this unit is now frozen. Very bizarre. We will summon our transform unit to get rid of this, and also get some more board coverage. This unit is going to be a threat later on. Yeah, actually, we'll change. We'll do poison, and then we'll summon this unit. The reason why is so that we can actually get rid of this now and not be concerned of it once the stone skeleton not in play. This deals extra damage to nature units, so that includes this one over. You can see its nature by clicking here and then seeing that it says it is nature. Summon this unit to get a melee kill, get some health back. Also allows for the reflect damage happening for later. Because we want to deal a point of damage over there. Now we can't because of the silence against the melee units. Some those. Yeah, this one's fine. We'll place this over here. So we still have some protection for our other units. And we'll deal a lot of damage based upon the number of units that are on the field. So when this unit gets attacked, it will freeze the range units. So that's why we also place this over here, so that it gets a little bit of protection. Next turn, we'll be using our destruction ability to get rid of their other units. All right, well, we'll do that. End up having to get rid of a pet, which is annoying. Sorry, a puppet. So because of that, all the units are now unfrozen. Summoning this transform units to get rid of the extra damage. But we still need to contend with these puppets because they're blocking and reflecting damage. We'll summon this unit in front of the puppet so that we can actually freeze this unit over here for attacking. Are running low on health. The big issue right now is that because of how the puppets work, they're going to unfreeze this unit. And then it'll be able to attack again. So we need to do our summons. And on top of that, we'll summon our reflect unit, block for some damage, some health back from there. And at this point, if they can get rid of this unit this turn, they pretty much win. Otherwise, we're going to depend upon our reflect damage to destroy these two units. All right, that was kind of lame. All the puppets end up ruining our plans. Also, that unit with the flying in the silence, it's a very good unit. And so that is why we're unable to get victory over there. Just surrendering now because of the higher health for the Warlord. Trying to get these battles in quickly. Only have to surrender against. I recognize the name, so that is why we need to fight them. A little more manageable by looking at their pet. A little bit of health to their units. We're going to look at our buildings, but they had a unit that pretty much got rid of all of them. Extra damage to nature units. Also with the heal, also with. We'll get rid of the attacker first, and then get rid of the building that deals. Summon our transform unit. Some health back off of these summons. Next turn, we are going to destroy this either by combat or by. Yeah, we'll destroy in combat if we can. So they have their unit with the silence of our male units, so that's not good. Gotta get rid of this unit now. Our poison, and we'll get the extra damage with our ranged unit over here. Take a little bit of damage to our units because they had a unit on their field. Counts for this unit's skill. Get rid of this unit because it gives mental shield and pierce. We'll summon our melee. We're also summoning in this particular spot because we want to be able to put more range units down here for attack. And then also we could summon this unit with the additional health to our units. We'll summon our unit. Destroy this to get some health back. And this unit will die in 2 turns with poison, or 1 turn if we get some combat damage. It will just be destroyed down. Summon this over here. Some extra damage going on, and now board is much more open. We'll still have our unit that can deal multiple damage to other units. And then we can then use our destruction ability and clear up the board. We'll summon our melee unit. Destroy the stones. Get some health back. We did summon another one of those buildings that deals damage to us, and also the attack boost over there. But not so much of a problem. We have the 2 melee units over here with the high health. And the silent. And we're going to also transform this unit to all together. Next turn, we're going to be summoning our extra range units and then also going for a double attack. Also getting rid of this death. If there are any other buffs on it. 974, doing some death. Pretty close to lethal. Okay, got one more going. I faced this guy before. He's huge. We will start with our melee unit over here. Taking a look at their pets. Attack boost over there. We're going to be starting with our melee unit over here. We're going to be doing that so that we can get rid of their buildings. We do want to get rid of this metal shield building So that's why we're doing our summons. Normally we would summon the building, or sorry, we'll summon this unit with the range behind the building, but it's not going to have enough defense as of right now. And we get immediately punished with this unit that has the extra health. Gets the kills. We'll summon this over here so that we can get some reflect damage unless the silence unit comes out in play. And of course, they always have silence. 1 minute. We'll summon this unit to deal some extra damage over here so that we can then use our destruction ability to get rid of. That's a lot of damage. And then summon our unit down here. Sets the health to 1 after being frozen, and then the poison will then destroy this unit. Can't take 216 damage. Drop 1 over there. Okay. Let us start with Panther Pet. Plus health. They're building, so plus health. The unit that deals damage whenever it's attacked. And then flex over there, block over. Start with our ranged unit down here with the high health. We're placing it on the health pentagram. And then also putting it on the bottom lane so that we can have this lane protected by damage. Summon our melee unit to get rid of this. And also get some more protection down here. All right. Know that they're using their silence for melee units again. Probably gonna have to take this out of our squad just because the ability and the stats are good, but it always gets silenced whenever it comes into play. We'll summon our ranged units. It will deal the extra splash damage, and then allow us to destroy it over here with combat. Probably end up having to get rid of this unit too, although it's pretty good for its own stats. Summoning our minion that it can block for us. It also doesn't take damage off of the effect over here. We're going to use our poison ability and then also summon an order unit to trigger the skill over here. Turn to 1, and then it will die due to the poison. We're going to summon another one of these units to guarantee that we freeze this unit, and then if it's still alive, it will then set the health of that to 1. Don't have to worry about that anymore. So good. And we're gonna have lethal next turn, assuming they don't block the rest of the lanes. And yeah, we are all set. For a death trigger, it does. One of the weird quirks that happens in battle is if your units tend to have a lot of high health, or if we have immune units on the field, they typically won't use the silence. which I guess makes sense because it only reduces the health of the units, but not their attack. So sometimes battles will go like this, where we end up not having our units affected and having our skills still low. But yeah, we'll get rid of the male units and see if we can find some either better female units, or might have to switch back to buildings. Although that's not going to work in terms of battle speed. So yeah, so that was League. We have a couple of chests that we need to open up for later. We do Divine Arena, which will refresh in about a day or so. We did the Tower, which we did not do so well on, but we have some more attempts, and we have about 5 days left. We have something, we can buy some things. So we'll purchase more of this because we are, and you saw how disruptive it was in battle. So we'll get some more. We have some gems, so get that. We'll also purchase some more of this because we do end up using it. And finally, you have more copies of this. Pretty good. Spend another gems in order to make up the difference in copper coins, which is okay. Yeah, it's fine. We'll purchase that as well. Okay, so yeah, that is pretty much it for today. We're going to be doing some more League offline so that we can grind some more sparks. We do need them so that we can get the chests over here, and then hopefully we can get this to level 16. We have about less than a day or so to do it. And so we'll go from there. Okay. Yeah, if there are any questions, comments, feedback, or concern, leave a message on Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. The streaming schedule is there. And we have new content showing up on YouTube every day at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so please check in there if you miss anything. Please follow on Twitch and like and subscribe on YouTube for more videos. All right, thanks guys for tuning in. This is Happy Splasher. Signing off.